posted its current year 20 Q4 numbers, and they were a mixed set of numbers which was posted by Nestle. Overall revenues came in line, but the profits and the margins of the company were below the ET now expectations and the street expectations as well. Let's talk about the revenues. The revenues grew by 9% and came in at 3,432 crores. Obviously, we are seeing that the growth is largely driven by volume. Sales growth was driven by volume as well as the pricing mix, and it was a broad-based growth is what the company has said that they've seen during this period. In terms of the profitability of the company, we are seeing only a 2.3% growth. We were expecting a 13% growth in terms of profit on a year-on-year basis. This is only a 2.3% growth. So profits were, much more below our ET now expectations. The growth is much below our expectations. The profits only came in at 483 crores. Now, overall, if you go to see the company's expenses have increased. The total cost for the companies have increased by 8.1% on a year-on-year basis. So that is something there that is impacting the overall bottom line of the company, as well as Ind AS also. This is the first year of adoption of Ind AS for the company. So obviously some impact there coming in the finance costs and interest costs as well, which comes in the Ind AS 116. So that is something that has impacted the overall profitability of the company is what it looks like. And as of now, overall expenses, other expenses, total costs have also seen a growth impacting the bottom line of the company. In terms of the margins of the company, we were expecting a 160 basis point expansion. Margins only came in at 22.6%, which is a 60 basis point expansion. So margin expansion was also not as much as what we were expecting. Obviously, when you see that impact of expenses also increasing, coming down and impacting the margins as well. Though inflation in raw material was not a big concern for the company, so that is not something that is to be worried about because milk prices were not that high. There was not much of an inflation that we saw compared to other raw material prices, so not much impact of that. That has been like a saving grace, maybe you could say, for Nestle. Not bad in terms of margins and supporting the margins. And operating margins 22.6% versus 22%. Overall, in terms of trends, if you look at it, obviously in-home consumption was something that has boosted the overall trend for Nestle during this lockdown period. That continues to do well, while out-of-home consumption, which also covers most part of their portfolio, that has seen a sequential improvement is what the company is saying. So month-on-month improvement, quarter-on-quarter improvement is what we are seeing in terms of out-of-home consumption channels. So that is surely important sign coming in over there, an important trend that is pointed out by Nestle in its commentary as well. And overall, the company said that the export sales, which have been subdued for the last couple of quarters, has remained subdued. It's down by 7.7% even now, and that is due to the lower coffee exports which the company has seen. In terms of dividend, the company has declared a 65 rupees dividend per equity share, and this is the final dividend. Overall dividend for the year has been 200 rupees, including the final dividend as well. Now, talking about commentary for the whole year, the management said that there's 2/3 of their brands, which include like Maggi noodles, Nescafe or KitKat, that all has seen a double-digit growth during this period. E-commerce channels, obviously we know, have grown very well, 111% domestic growth, what was e-commerce channel growth rate what we are seeing, and now it contributes to 3.7% of their domestic sales. In terms of the outlook, management said that the innovation renovation pipeline will continue to be the thrust area, and the company said that they will be focusing overall across categories, whether it's food, breakfast cereals or Nestle Health Science will be their focus area in terms of the commentary coming in for innovation and renovation. So let's keep an eye out on what Nestle does in terms of innovation, renovation, how the performance is going forward given the out-of-home consumption trends and in-home consumption trends, what is the changing patterns going forward as well.